welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast, episode number 81. We've got another kind of full episode here. Full episode, we got a couple, we got two previews, right? We got the LIV, we got Zurich.
And then just the RBC.
Well, the RBC.
There technically was two recaps, but we're only doing
one. Well, yeah, we can tell you who won.
Yeah.
I got that on my notes here. Yeah, we got a few news and notes. We got the two previews, the review, and then we got the betting corner. So let's go ahead and get into it here.
Let's rock and roll.
So we got a couple things here. So Rory McIlroy back to the advisory board after leaving in November, I think. So just November or December.
It was sometime last year.
So not too long off.
Is he replacing someone, or is he just...
Webb Simpson stepping down, and he's taking his spot.
So
yeah, it wasn't gone for very long. Webb Simpson stepping down, he's taking over. I want to say that's like good for the merger, right? Like, like he's been more vocal about being open to it, right?
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore about any merger. I have no clue what's happening anymore. So I feel like this has been talked about for...
Well, it's been almost a year now.
Exactly. And like the timeline, I feel like just keeps shifting. And I know it's like, this is not like combining, I don't know, something easy. This is obviously very difficult to do. I'm sure there's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of negotiations, and anytime lawyers are involved, it gets
I haven't heard anything about like the Justice Department. Like that came out.
That was
I haven't heard anything about that
sometime last year as well too.
Because that's where they had the whole trouble of like, okay, are they going to actually, it's like Senate or whatever going to pass this, allow it to happen, whatever. Yeah. I haven't heard anything about that. Like, not even like the golf side of it, but like the legal, that like whole.
I've heard nothing
side of it. I haven't heard anything about that in a while either.
No, so I mean, I guess it seems like it's a good thing for...
I mean, I think maybe it's optimism in me. Which version of that word am I looking for?
Optimist, isn't that an adjective?
Optimist in me is looking at it like a good sign, because he's been more vocal about I'm more accepting of LIV now, or more of like the PIF is what it sounds like. He's not LIV, but PIF he's more like more aligned with, it sounds like, and so he's been more vocal about being open to that. So I think maybe he's going to step in and be like, hey guys, let's just get this done. Maybe step in and just be like, yo, let's just...
Does the player advisory board have anything to do with the negotiation? Or is
I don't think they even know what that means, because remember in Full Swing, they're like, they just made it because it's a player run tour, quote unquote. Yes. But the decision to merge with LIV initially just was made without any of the players knowing at all.
Correct.
So do they even know the structure of this? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, why isn't Tiger part of the... Is he?
He is, right? So when did you see the thing come out today? I didn't have it in my notes, but it came out after I made my notes of Tiger and the payout. He's getting equity, right?
Yeah, $100 million.
$100 million, and it's part of like his like status of like whatever role he has. And then we have Rory getting 50, Spieth getting 30, JT getting 30. I'm sure there's more. It's kind of slap in the face. Those numbers aren't even that. That's nothing.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
from what they got offered to LIV,
correct.
I bet that's nothing.
Correct. Because in the grand scheme of things, I mean, we know that
Brooks
Tiger
was 6 figures.
Yeah,
and I bet it's more than Tiger. It's probably 2 and 3, maybe
6 figures, maybe 9 figures.
Or 9. I'm sorry, 9.
Yeah, Tiger was rumored at like almost $1 billion.
Right.
It was like close to like 9 million. 900 million. So yeah, in the big picture, it's nothing compared to that. But JT, who's been playing like dog lately-ish, getting $30 million. I mean, it's $30 million up front. Do they get is there a profit share?
Well, it's the equity part, right? Where it's like going to be continual, I guess, maybe is where the other aspect of that comes in, right? It's not just like a one-time, that's the point of equity, right? It's not just like a one-time check, right?
I would assume, yeah.
So,
I don't know.
But yeah, that's, so Rory, that's where my mind was going with it, but that was just speculation. I didn't see anything like insights or any news reports going that deep into it. That was just where my mind went with it. Mm-hmm. We got some of those payouts going here. So they were talking about that SSG, that investment group that
famous
the sports group. I forget what the first S stands for. Strategic Sports Group. There we go. Really a fancy name there.
So eventually they had consultants to figure out that name for them.
AI could have made that name. So that's what we had here. And then also, for the third time in a row, we're going to mention Nelly Korda Nelly Korda, 5th win in a row.
That's
in a major
crazy.
championship. Yep.
That is absolutely. I mean, we talked about this. You talked about it last episode that like the conditions the last time this happened were like the exact same conditions that she's in now.
Annika Sorenstam.
Yeah, this was actually her fifth. The 5th win was the first major of the year. The exact same thing that Nelly Korda just had. So the fact that the stars aligned exactly like that is pretty crazy. I was have to admit for the first time in a very long time, I opened the ESPN app and checked the leaderboard for the LPGA. I don't. I mean, I just don't.
No.
I just don't really have much interest in it personally. But that was kind of cool. I was really curious. I think after day 1, she was like in the top 5.
Yeah, she was only a couple back, I think.
Yeah. I think going into Sunday, she was like 3 or 4 strokes ahead. So I was like, wow, she's probably got this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She almost had a hole-in-one, too, on that run, I think, on Sunday. Yeah, just slipped out. Crazy.
Wow.
So, yeah, 5th win in a row. I think she's going to take... I saw she withdrew from, like, the LA Open, what they have coming up. So, take some time off. Can't blame that. But that's all I had for news and notes, I think. I had quite a bit of news, or quite a bit of notes I had for the RBC, if you're ready for that. Yeah, so RBC Heritage here, the review. So Scottie's reign continues, not quite up. I mean, I guess you could say it's on par maybe with Nelly, just because, all his wins have been, literally one of my notes down here is all 4 wins have been the elevated or major events. Yeah. Elevated event or a major.
That's absolutely crazy.
And then the one when he got second wasn't an elevated event.
Correct.
So he's winning the right ones to get the most bang for your buck,
Smart
I guess.
Man.
So you went. I don't know if you saw this. I didn't see the exact where this ended up at, but I saw a flash on the screen. He went over 54 holes. I saw 53, but then I know the next hole he didn't do this either. But over 54 holes, I don't know where it ended up at without making a 5.
Jeez.
So basically at least 3 rounds worth of not making a 5. Now that doesn't mean not a bogey, but not a 5.
Correct, because he could have on a par 3.
Yeah, had a 4. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Wow.
I don't know where it ended up at because I wasn't following along that close, but yeah, I saw the flash was 53 holes, and then I know he didn't get a 5 on that next hole either, so at least 54. And then I've got a lot of stats here for it. I usually go over like maybe who finished second. Nobody was really that close, so I'm not going to go into that yet. But so his lead over the world number 2 Rory. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did. I didn't understand it when I first read it right away because it was worded weird.
His lead over world number 2 Rory in points in OWGR at least, so put an asterisk on it if you want, but is larger than Rory's lead is over number 784 in the world, Tiger Woods.
Got it. So but when I saw it didn't say OWGR, it just said points. So I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So that makes complete sense now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then I was going to FedEx Cup because I was kind of digging into this. So
he's
FedEx
gotta
points
be blowing it away.
So his lead over world or number 2, which is Wyndham, not world, but number 2 in FedEx points is more points total than Wyndham has it all. So like more than double what Wyndham has essentially. Yeah. I think he's 2,300 points above Wyndham, and I think Wyndham has like 1,900 points in FedEx.
Jesus.
So yeah, I mean, stay with me. I got more here. So his last his worst finish this year, T17 at the Amex, the second event of the year.
Yeah.
You want to guess when his last miscut was? Just.
I'm not looking at your screen. I promise. Early last year, maybe.
It was FedEx St. Jude, August 2022.
Jesus Christ. Wow. So going on August.
So all of last year didn't miss a cut, not this year.
Didn't miss a single cut.
Since August, FedEx St. Jude, August 2022. We're not going to see him again until the PGA Championship here in a few weeks. He's taking his time off. His wife is finally going to give birth here, hopefully at some point. I think that the news that leaked out a little early. I think people were like, "Oh, is he going to leave the Masters?" I think people like saw a thread and started pulling it when it really wasn't there yet.
Yeah, it was a little too soon.
Yeah, so that got blown out a little too early. But looking at all his wins, I thought this was interesting. I did look at a little bit of a deep dive here. Looking at all his wins in his career, all have been in the early part of the season. And so if you just think, maybe it's not something you think about, but you think about it, okay, like they all have. So he's won 4 tournaments twice now, all early in the season. This week at the RBC was his latest win into the season yet. 10 wins in his career. This is the latest one. So stay with me. So he won the Masters, or the year he won the Masters when he broke out
years
first.
ago. Yep.
So he won the Arnold Palmer, then the Players, then the Masters that year, and the WM Open.
Yeah,
WM Open as well.
Yeah.
And then he won the WM Open and the Player. I might have had the order of those mixed up, but he won 4 tournaments.
WM was first.
Yeah. WM, and so he won 4 tournaments that year. The last one was the Masters. That was the last one he won that year.
Got it.
And then last year, the last tournament he won was the Players. And then this year, he's won the Arnold Palmer,
Yep.
Players,
Yep.
Masters,
RBC.
now RBC.
Jeez.
So those are all his wins. So, I mean, I don't know. Is he going to fade the rest of the year? I mean, I was looking at the rest of his finishes. Like, he had good finishes the rest of the years.
I'm sure.
But, yeah, no wins. So, I mean, it could just be like maybe he just loves those kinds of courses. You know? Maybe, or it's just, maybe this just happenstance. I don't know. It's only 3 years. It's kind of a small sample size, I guess. But,
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. All of them, this was the latest one into the season in his career.
Did anyone else have like a tear out at the later half, the middle, or the later half of the year that like just blew him out?
No. Because you think the last year was Rahm at the beginning of the year. Remember, Rahm had like 3 wins, I think,
up to the Masters.
Yeah.
And then Hovland didn't have. He won.
His run was like the tour championship.
Yeah.
The BMW and the
So
tour
later
championship.
half, I guess,
that was
but-
at the end of it. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. That's crazy.
So yeah, something to keep an eye on, maybe.
I mean, you can.
I mean, he clearly loves these courses. I mean, won the Masters twice, won the Players twice, WM Open and Arnold Palmer. Those are all the same courses, obviously, every year. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, that's interesting, but I mean, it's gonna be hard. I mean, conditions obviously are gonna be different than previous years. Gonna have a kid pretty soon, so you know you can always throw that as an excuse. Technically, if he doesn't win anymore for the rest of the year, let's just say that he's a new dad, figuring things out, yada yada yada, or you can say that go on your theory. Either way, something to keep an eye on.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know if there's anything there, but I thought it was worth a shout out at least to look into, and we'll see if it continues that trend. I don't know. Well, like I said, he had plenty of good finishes. Last year after, and the year before too. Even. Keep an eye on it. Last thing before I get to the top 10 here. Remember earlier in the season when all we had was long shots?
Yes.
I think he's balanced that out now. Huh?
Yeah.
He's
the
favorite in the last 2. Yeah.
It was getting boring at the beginning. I should say boring, but
I think now is more boring than having the long shots.
It's a little bit. But he's just watching him tear it up is kind of fun. Seeing Jake Knapp and I'm forgetting the other kid's name who has who turned pro that shouldn't have, but he
Dunlap.
did. There you go, Dunlap. Seeing them win was like, it was okay. It wasn't very exciting. Seeing Scottie win though, even though he's tearing it up, it is still pretty fun to watch. Even though he's
I'd at least want to see somebody there like battling it with him. He's won the last 2 events by 3 and 4 strokes.
Yeah.
So I at least want somebody there battling. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But winning by 3 and 4, I mean, each time that's where I don't. I mean, I turned it off. I turned the Masters off. I think when he was on hole like 16, it was over, and I had something else to go do. So like, well, that, and then this event kind of sucked that it ended on a Monday morning. But but the rest of the top
weather this year again.
Yeah, I guess.
Or just delays. Just a lot.
What is it? The El Nino thing, right? Is that it?
I don't know. I'm not sure what that is.
You don't know what that? You don't know what that is?
El Nino is.
You never heard that?
It is the little boy, but what is it?
It's like a weather thing. You ever heard that?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No. Well, tell me what it is, weatherman.
Well, I don't know exactly. It's just like
what do you mean?
The weather. I know it's a thing. It's like happening right now. That's why we've had a lot of rain this year in Arizona for us.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, I'll have to look up
what
El Nino is.
Or it's Nina or Nino. It's one. It's like I think one of them means one thing, one of them means the other.
Well, little boy or little girl in Spanish.
Well, but like for weather.
La Nina weather. Here we go. Usually means dry, warmer than average conditions.
So yeah, Nino is what it is.
El Nino. Let's see. Nino weather.
I didn't know if it was just here or if I guess maybe it's all the whole country. I don't know.
Weak temperature increases. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, here we go. Lead to more rain and flooding.
There you go. Yeah.
In coastal Ecuador and Peru, in eastern Africa.
No, I think it's here too.
It could be. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely So maybe that's it. I don't know.
Never heard of that before.
But maybe it just rains a lot. Who knows?
Right.
Get your what's it? The Farmer's Almanac thing, right?
Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
Did it tell them with the rain?
What's that noise?
I don't know. Sprinklers outside?
It's rain, man.
Oh, it's El Nino. It's here. Oh, boy. I thought I was going to have to edit that out, but I'm definitely keeping that in.
All right, let's get to the rest of the top 10 here. So Scottie was first, obviously. We had Sahith Theegala finish solo second. T3, we had Wyndham Clark, Patrick Cantlay. T5, we had Justin Thomas, JT Poston, Patrick Rogers, Sepp Straka. Solo ninth, Colin Morikawa. And then T10, we had Chris Kirk and Ludwig Aubert. Some notables. It was a good field here.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it elevated event, obviously, so there you go. So we got a lot of notables here. I didn't do all of them. I was kind of just wanted to get through them. We had a lot in the top 10 anyway. But yeah, Finau and Eam. Tony Finau, Sungjae Eam, T12. Jason Day, Ricky Fowler, Akshay Bhatia, Tom Kim, Xander, all T18. Matthew Fitzpatrick, defending champion here, T28. Rory finished T33. Spieth finished T39. So yeah, quite a stacked leaderboard there at the top.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like you said, we're kind of balancing out this whole long shot thing here. The leaderboard was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
So I was happy to see that. A couple of notes that I had. What's your thoughts on the winner's jacket? That plaid color look.
I mean, it's different. Yeah, it stands out at least.
A little different. Which leads me to my next point. Did you see the Nelly Corda's winners? What she got for winning the Chevron, whatever classic, whatever they call it? Did you see it? It's a bathrobe.
Oh, nice.
That's so weird to me. That looks
like nice or what?
Well, I'll pull a picture. Like
I saw her do a cannonball into the water.
Was that this
after
tournament?
She won? Yeah, after she won,
really?
She did a cannonball. I saw that.
Here's
She wasn't wearing a robe though. I know that.
I hope my Google.
Or did she put the robe on because she was wet from the cannonball?
No, but it's got like the logo.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Who decided that? It's probably hot too. Jeez.
That's what I'm thinking. Who decided? Who made this
it's a
decision?
Nice trophy at least.
Yeah, the trophy's nice. She's got a Richard Mille watch, which is nice.
Chevron.
But the Chevron Championship.
Yeah.
A bathrobe is their winners.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad in my opinion.
Because that doesn't even look good. Like like the jacket, you can like frame it.
Yes.
You gotta frame a robe.
No. No. Like it just seems so. I'm gonna go here. It seems very like it's a girl thing, which is weird. Like they're leaning. I feel like that. I don't know. I guess I would be like. I would
think
not
they would try and lean away from it.
100%. 100%. Like it's like, oh, your trophy, and they might as well have made her trophy like,
a frying pan.
Yeah, I was gonna say soap and a dish rag or something, like doing the dishes. Like this is horrible.
Yeah,
like
why?
The
why
robe is absolutely horrible. Again, like you said, it's probably hot. I don't even know where it was, but
it's gotta be hot.
Yeah, that's why she jumped in the water because she probably was burning up.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone has to educate us on why it's a bathrobe.
I mean, if it was like Wyndham, like the Wyndham Championship, I could maybe
hotel.
See that because like it's like a hospitality thing. But Chevron's a gas station.
It's straight oil.
Yeah, I don't
it's
understand.
Not the bathrobe.
Like, there's no. I'm trying to think of connection there, but I can't. I don't understand.
I can't.
What's this little logo here?
The Chevron Championship.
Is that what's next to it? The
it's a person golfing. Like a little outline of a golfer.
Yeah, I don't see any connection there. I don't understand.
No. I see nothing. Besides, what does this say? Oh, never mind. It's someone's name.
I mean, yeah, if there was some kind of sponsor, I don't know what sponsor would make robes, though.
I mean, the robe looks nice, I guess, It looks like a nice robe. It's just, again, like you said, someone's going to frame their bathrobe.
Yeah. Because, I would definitely frame, like, a jacket like that.
She 100% is not going to get out of the shower and put this on.
Yeah.
No, and the best part is, it's also long, so she's, rolling it up.
Yeah.
So, they don't even, I don't know, I think this is a big miss by the LPGA.
Yeah, what the heck? Who approved that?
I think this is a big miss. Maybe they wanted something else, and they're like, shoot, we can't get it. Let's go run to the Bath and Body Works, Bed Bath and Beyond, let's get her a robe.
What the heck?
I don't know. I didn't really know what to say about that when I saw that picture. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. But that's all I had for the RBC.
So, traditional lie.
Yeah, what you got?
Well, so I was hoping. This is my plea. that Scottie, please don't win anymore unless you plan on DMing us really deep things about you that no one else knows, because I think we've got everything. I got nothing to talk about. I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was going to say one thing of like what tournament did he play second place in, but then you already mentioned it earlier. I have absolutely nothing.
Was that the Houston?
No.
It was somewhere in Texas, I think.
Valero?
It wasn't Valero?
Hang on a minute. No, I'm confused. Was it Valero? I thought it was earlier on when he
somewhere
lost
in Texas.
to...
It was Jaeger. He lost to Jaeger.
What tournament did he... what tournament was when Scottie and Wyndham went back-to-back? Like, he was 1-2, the next week they were 2-1.
No, it was the same. They were both 1-2, both tournaments. It was the players and Arnold Palmer.
No, because Scott... Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think, for some reason, I thought it was backwards. So, yeah, it was probably the Valero then when he... Or the Texas Children's Open, whatever the other one was.
Texas Children's, that was in San Antonio when Akshay won. I believe.
Then the opposite, yeah. Valero then. All right. Yeah, I got nothing to say, by the way. I went to the Caddy last week.
Oh, wait, no. Akshay won the Valero. Just kidding. Yeah, I
Texas
have my
Children's
notes
Open.
here. Okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I got nothing. I true or false, is his name Scottie Scheffler?
I mean, we'll have his firstborn, I think it's a daughter's name soon.
Sure.
So we'll have that sooner than later.
He just has to, I mean, again.
I do have one more note here. We'll just use this as a section here. So from Lou Stagner on Twitter X, he has a lot of stats. I don't know if you follow him or not, but he's a good follow. He puts out so many stats. It's crazy. So Scottie Scheffler has been ranked number 1 for 73 weeks now, total. Like not in a row, but total. I know people have probably seen this before, but to catch Tiger's record of total weeks at number 1, he needs to hold this top spot continuously until October 21st of 2035.
That's insane.
That's so crazy. I've seen that before, but it's like so crazy.
That's absolutely mind-blowing.
So more than a decade still.
Yes.
Yeah, which I mean, just like Tiger, like just got started so hot, like so early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Scottie's what, 27, 28? I think 27.
27, I think.
I mean, I didn't see the first like how old Tiger was when he reached number 1, but it was probably like what, 22 years old, probably something like that. 20, 22.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's so bizarre.
11 years and some change.
And 73 weeks already. So that's already a year right there. Over a year and a half almost.
That's insane.
So bizarre. But okay, that's what we have. That's our...
Scottie, just please stop, man.
Yeah, come on.
Give us someone
Everybody else, step it up. Come on now.
Give us someone else we can talk about.
Let's see here. I scrolled back to the wrong thing here. Okay, so Zurich Classic preview. We have defending champions, plural. Mm-hmm. Davis Riley and Nick Hardy at TPC Louisiana, Avondale, Louisiana, par 72, 7,425 yards. So we got here the format Thursday and Saturday. Thursday and Saturday, the teams will play best ball. Friday, Sunday, teams will play alternate shot. You got 80 total teams. Top 33 in ties make the cut. Top 33 in ties make the cut. This does count as an official victory for the members of the winning team, both of them. Both players will receive a 2-year winner's exemption and eligibility into the invitational fields as well as the PGA Championship.
Do they also get FedEx points?
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. How do they figure that out? That's.
I was reading on the PGA Tour website. I didn't look super it was kind of weird how they worded it, but I think it's 800 points for the winning team. They both get 400, I think, as opposed to a normal event you get 500, I think.
Got it.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Purse I saw was $8.9 million. Current favorite is Xander Cantlay. Last I saw it plus 450, followed by Zalatoris and Thigala and Lowry and McIlroy at plus 750. So it should be fun. These tournaments mix it up a little bit, so a little bit of a different format, change things up a little bit, and a little fun for the viewer. So I'm curious on how. I mean, we have some big names obviously still playing this week. I'm curious. We've been talking about viewership being down recently. I'm curious if a format, different tournament with a different format, will change it at all. You don't think so?
No.
Not even a little bit? Doesn't attract anyone? No?
That's what I was thinking with LIV this week. We'll get to their preview here in a minute, but it kind of sucks that they're playing in Australia.
Yeah, the time change is crazy.
Right, because like no people aren't gonna be able to watch it as much here at least. I mean, obviously the rest of the world will I'm sure will tune in, but yeah, for us, like I would rather watch LIV than the Zurich. I think I'll still watch a little bit of Zurich, but I'd rather watch the LIV here this week than that. And,
Interesting.
So it kind of sucks that they aren't more better on a better time zone for us, but it is what it is.
Australia's got to change their time zone. They got to play night golf there.
Yeah, sure. Or just have the tournament over here this week.
Typical American. Always centered around you. Jeez. All right, my prediction, I'm going the chalk this week. So I'm going to keep going with the trend that happened in the past 2 weeks. With obviously Scottie being the favorites. So I'm going Xander Cantlay. Cantlay had a great week last week at the finishing T3. And then Xander, I think he finished like T19, if I'm not mistaken, last week. But we talked about him plenty of times throughout the episode, throughout these podcasts. So I like them. I mean, they're good friends too.
They're easily the best team,
which factors into it pretty big on a team side of it. So I think they'll sweep them away this week.
Yeah, easily the best team, like world rankings wise. Yeah, they won it 2 years ago. I think they won it 2 years ago. They played it last year, but they didn't win. If I remember right.
They were like top 5, I want to say.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I had them in my picks. I didn't make the official pick, but I have them in my picks later. I was gonna pick them, but I'll change it up. At least we have a different pick. I'll go Morikawa and Kitayama. Morikawa's been playing well lately.
Yes.
Masters, good finish.
Kitayama played well earlier in the year. I don't know if he's been playing.
He had that putter switch after round 1 of the Masters. After round 1, he switched putters and been rolling since. So Kitayama, we'll go with both of those.
Cool. LIV
Adelaide. We have defending champion Taylor Gooch. This is where he got his first of 3 wins last year on the LIV Tour. The Grange Golf Club in Adelaide, Australia, par 72, 6,946 yards. This is the halfway point of the LIV season. This is halfway point here, so we can go over the standings again real quick. After there, a little bit of a layoff after, what was it, Doral?
Yep.
So we have individual standings. We have Neiman still leading the way with 2 wins, right, from him this year?
Correct.
2. John Rahm's second. He doesn't have a win yet, but a lot of really good finishes. Dean Burmeister third now after his win at Doral. And then I'm just looking for Brooks here to climb the rankings, get himself back into form for the PGA. He had a poor showing at Doral, poor showing at the Masters. So I'm looking at him to get back into form here, rock himself back up their individual standings. And then for the team, we have Crushers leading the way, followed by Legion 13, Torquay in third. I'm looking for the aces to get back, make a push there. DJ and that team hasn't done too well this year. Look for them to make a push.
DJ has a 1 win. No,
has win, but the team's struggling.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for the aces to make a push for their first win of the season here this year.
All right. I've got. We talked about this before. If you're a LIV golfer, you don't want to win here because you get taxed up the wazoo. But purse is $25 million, same as always. $20 million for the individual, $5 million for the team. Current favorite I last saw was Rahm at plus 750. They keep favoring Rahm, but again, you mentioned earlier, hasn't secured a win yet so far. I mean, we're 5 events in so far for the LIV season. Because he started off the first week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're 5 events in. He hasn't. He's been playing well. Been around. Just hasn't secured anything too crazy. And his performance at the Masters wasn't stellar. So I don't know if he's going to continue that streak, or if he's going to continue that streak of not playing so well this week. So I did not go with him. I went for Bryson this week.
Okay.
So he's at plus 800. Obviously had a great start to the Masters. After day 1 was solo leader, won you some cash. And sticked around for the rest of the tournament, just wasn't able to secure it.
That first round was the lowest round of the tournament.
Yes, it
no
was.
one else shot better than 7 under.
It's crazy. Obviously, it's a shorter course too, so under 7,000 yards. So he's probably going to be having a 56 degree in for most of these holes.
With that 3D club.
The same length 3D printed club that the USGA, thank God, approved of. So I like Bryson for this week. I think he's playing extremely, extremely well. So
Okay. Well, I was on a quick note here before I get to my pick. So I wanted to shout out that 8 of the 13 Masters, or I'm sorry, 8 of the 13 LIV players at the Masters made the cut. 3 of them were in the top 10. So second straight showing at the Masters are good for LIV there.
not bad.
But my pick here, I'm going to go with my pick. I'm going Cam Smith.
Okay.
Got off to like a weak start.
The hometown boy, hometown hero.
Yep. Hometown favorite here. So I'm going Cam Smith. He had a good showing at the Masters. He had a really good track record at the Masters overall. Looking for him to get back on track. At LIV, he hasn't done too hot this year. He withdrew at Hong Kong, or was it Doral? He withdrew from Doral with the sickness before the Masters, right?
No, I believe it was Hong Kong. He played the next week at Doral.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. You could be right. Now I'm thinking about it.
No, yeah, he withdrew from Doral.
Doral, because
right.
then next week was the Masters, and then he'd end up playing the Masters.
Yep. So, withdrew from there but again, had a good finish at the Masters. He likes that course. I think he gets a green jacket at some point. He likes that course. We've seen that course history matters there, but that's for another time. Yeah. But Cam Smith, I'm going him outright this week. I like it. He likes his Australian pride, and he's won events here. We've seen him at the bar after that one win, just like chugging from the trophy.
The U.S. The Open.
The
right?
Open, yep. Yeah. The Open Championship with the trophy.
And it would be honestly really awesome to see Cam Smith win. I mean, they obviously, I'm sure he had some say in getting LIV into Australia, because when he joined LIV that previous year, they weren't playing in Australia. So their first ever appearance was last year, which was his first full season on LIV. So I'm sure he had a little bit of say to get golf out there, one of the tournaments out there. So it would be really awesome to see him clutch up this week for the hometown kid, you know?
That'd be cool. Yep. And his whole team I think is Australian too. Mark Leishman, forget who else on that team, but yeah, it'd be cool for them. Betting corner.
It's rock and roll. So not a good week for us last week, either of us. Both hit nothing. I think
You're due for a week like that.
My closest was Aubert. I had him top 5. He finished T10. He was in the top 5. He was like tied top 5, but
I did not have anything really good at all. My closest, I had Scottie in around 1 leader. That was his worst round. That was his worst round of the tournament. I had Bezuidenhout top 10. I think he finished like 23rd or something like that, but none of the others were even close. Tommy Fleetwood was garbage. Shane Lowry was like one of the bottom finishers. Yeah, no bueno. But we were riding hot there for a minute. Time to get back down to earth.
All right, so I have 5 picks finally again this week. Do you have the 5?
Yeah, I went 5. I think you're up first. I think this time.
All right. So I picked him. I want to say at the Masters or the last LIV event, and I ended up hitting for me. But I got Patrick Reed this week, top 5. It wasn't the Masters. It was the last LIV tournament, which would have been Doral, Hong Kong. Fuck, I forgot. Doral.
Hong Kong was before that.
So Patrick Reed, top 5 plus 450, 19 units this week. He had a decent run at the Masters. I think he was within the top 15 somewhere in there and some change. So I like him. I like him for this week, and it'll help out your Team 4 Aces too.
Yep.
So 19 units.
Okay, I'm going my first one here. I'll start with PGA Zurich. I'm going Taylor Moore and Matt Neesmith top 10. A little more down the board here a little bit. There's been some weird finishes, like last year, like you would never thought, like Davis Riley, correct. Nick Hardy.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
There's definitely some bigger name teams up there. Taylor Moore's been playing really well. He had his first showing at the Masters this year. I think he was top 20. It's pretty good for first time at the Masters. So I think that's good. He's been having a good year overall. He got his first round tour last year. Good up and coming player, I think. Neesmith not having too hot of a year, but I think his format might be able to help him out, feed off of Moore a little bit. So top 10 there, plus 360, 125 units on them.
Nice. A little heavy.
Yeah, a little heavier.
Next pick, I've got three LIV and 2 PGA. Next one is Team Crushers outright, plus 420 units. Like I said, I mentioned earlier with Bryson as my pick for this week. And they're already leading the team aspect of it. So I feel like this is another great week for them to take another step ahead and pull forward a little bit more, separate that gap we get from Legion 13. So yeah, so 20 units. Team
Yeah, I
crushers.
looked at the teams. I just couldn't. I don't know. Yeah, it was a little too short for me. So, or yeah, a little too short. So I went away. But I'm gonna go on my next one. I'm going Cantlay and Schauffele, but I'm going a little different. And what was their odds like straight up like 450, 400, something like that?
450.
That's what Scotty's been too. They like that 450 number.
Yeah, they do.
On the books, huh? But I'm gonna go a little different to get numbers up a little more. Going so Cantlay and Schauffele, round one leader and to win.
Okay.
So not like
Yeah, I get it.
to be
round
always
one
wire to wire really,
Yep.
but round one leader and win.
Yep.
Plus 1,800, 10 units. So a little longer than obviously 450. So that's why I kind of went with the long shot there. 10 units though, just a little dabble.
Got it.
Yeah.
I like it. Going back to the double chance here, I got Bryson and Rob. Double chance, plus 350, 23 units on the duo there. So I already talked about Bryson enough today, so I'm not going to say anything anymore. But Rom hasn't done too much, so this would be as good as a week as ever for him to show that his move over to LIV has not affected his game at all, because there's been a lot of rumors about him moving over, not playing as much, or he's not playing as well, yada, yada, yada. So I think this is a good as week as ever. But like I said, really, I'm thinking the Bryson part is going to hit more than anything.
I think Rom's due for one. I mean, he's had really good finishes. He's had really good finishes all 5 events so far. Yeah, I think he's due for one. Like I said with Brooks, I think they had an embarrassing showing. I think the Masters, both of them did, based on what they did the year prior.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be getting ready to try and gear up for the next major here in a few weeks. So I like that. I'm going go with my LIV pick here. I'm going Cam Smith outright. He's at a plus 1,100. I'm going 15 units on that one. I already said I think hometown kid. I think it'd be a good story, and I think he's gearing up as well. Some of these big LIV players we've had Neiman, kind of a younger name, but something like the DJ we haven't had. We haven't had Brooks do much this year. We haven't had Reed. We haven't had Rom win one yet. I think some of these big names need to start showing.
It's kind of similar to the start of the PGA season.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So now it's time for them to start following suit. All right, fourth pick here. I've got the Canadian boys. Nick Taylor, Adam Hadwin, top 5, plus 450, 19 units on the dynamic duo there.
Yeah,
so,
one of 2 Canadian teams. They have I think Connors and Pendrith are partners as well.
Yep. So I think if I remember correctly, they were top 5 last year at this tournament. And again, the camaraderie, they play well with each other. They know each other. So I think that plays a big factor into this team aspect of it. So,
okay,
just the top 5 though.
Okay, I'm going with my next to last one here. Yeah, I'm going with my pick, Colin Morikawa and Kitayama. They're also a plus 1,100. I'm going to just dabble 10 units on that one as well. Morikawa playing lights out. I kind of like it. I like Morikawa. He's had a down year and a half.
Well.
He had a down year and a half, but had a great showing at the Masters. Good showing last week. Trending up. Kitayama. Kitayama won a freaking elevated event last year. He can play with the big boys. Feed off each other. I like that. Let's Morikawa and Kitayama plus 1,100, 10 units.
My last one is, like I mentioned earlier, Xander Cantlay outright plus 450, 19 units on the dynamic duo there. So I said everything I need to say already about them. Good friends, team aspect, camaraderie, yada yada yada. If you know the drill. On to your last one.
I'm going my last one. Rory and Shane Lowry, the dueling sides of Ireland, teaming together. Top 5.
Will this unite all of Ireland?
They need to like that one picture that was like a meme of the I can't think of the names. Crips and the Bloods when they had their bandanas tied together.
Yes.
That's what they need to do.
Yes.
Their flags. It's probably sacrilegious to do that with flags.
Sure.
But that'd be funny. Something like that.
I do know
With
that.
their 2 flags.
I know
Walk
exactly
out.
what you're talking about.
That'd be so funny. But yeah, the 2 uniting Ireland, the continent, country, multiple countries, not continent, of Ireland. Rory and Shane, top 5, plus 170, 40 units. Shane, bad showing last week, but overall, the last month, he's played pretty well, I think. Rory, up and down. He was, 3rd at the Valero behind Akshay and Denny.
Yeah.
And not a great showing. You haven't missed the cut of the Masters? Or
Rory,
missed the cut 2 years ago.
Yeah,
not this
no,
year.
he made
But
the
not
cut.
too well though this year. Look for him again. Looking for the big names to get going. So some kind of going here. Then, Shane's been in decent form other than last week. But top 5 for them. Plus 170, 40 units. Heavy 40.
Wow, 170. Yeah, you have to 170. Top 5 though. That should be. That should hit. Should is the key, obviously.
But that's all. That's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all she wrote.
You want to talk about the event that we went to on Saturday? It was interesting.
Oh my gosh, what did I do Saturday?
We went to the night golf and the concert.
Oh yeah, shoot. It's like a lifetime ago, I feel like. Yes, grass clippings, sorry. Yeah, grass clippings. That was fun. Yeah.
It was a good time. If people don't know, which not a lot of people do know, unless you're native to Arizona, I feel like, and you actually attended the event, that local course out here partnered with a Bleacher Report and held a live event golf tournament, 2-man scramble. It's a par 3 course. I think they called it High Stakes Par 3. And it was fun. Yeah, I think their first ever, they went to a 4-way tie, which
Pretty
was
good
pretty
course.
crazy.
Or a pretty good crowd, I mean. Yeah,
not
pretty
bad.
crowd, yeah.
It was fun.
I liked it was a 4-way tie. There were 3 of the teams were all the same sponsor or something like that.
Yeah, that was interesting to me.
But it was cool that they all teed off together. There were 8 balls on the green.
I agree with
that.
That
was
100%.
really cool. I like that a lot.
I did like that as well, because usually I was curious on how they were going to format that, but that's probably the only way you can do it if they're all playing.
Or it wasn't 8 balls, it was 4, right? Because it was best ball or something
Yeah,
like
but everyone hit their shot.
Yeah,
So there were 8 balls, but then they selected
Yeah.
their best of the group. But I agree, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
To see that, and I thought it was run pretty decent. As far as the food vendors that were out there, just food trucks and drinks and
live music.
I think it was run pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually surprised. So it was fun. It was a good time, and I don't think their next one's until December.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's their pro one.
Huh.
So again, very curious to see what that looks like. Because
And good golfers though. I mean, there were a lot of college golfers there.
Johnny Manziel played in it, which is
played in it. He was there.
he played in it.
Did he play?
He's part of Phoenix United, that team, or is that the soccer team? No, that's their golf team.
Yeah.
What's the soccer team's name here?
Oh, I forget. Oh my gosh, I should know.
I have no idea. Is it not Phoenix United? I'm just mixing the two
No,
up.
and you're right on that one.
Okay.
Gosh, I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. I can see the stickers on people's cars.
Yeah,
that have
I know. Gosh,
it.
it's gonna bother me.
But yeah, so I'm curious to see what their pro event's going to look like in December. Very, very curious on what that looks like. How who is coming out here, I guess, is my question for it. So,
You know who we might see?
who's that? Adam Schenk. He plays everything.
Mr. Block himself.
You know what? It's
gotta be possible,
I
right?
bet you're right. I bet you're right.
Mr. Block.
100%. I bet you. We have to mark this down. I bet you're right. That's probably probably a really good guess, because he played at the Good Desert Open. There.
That's where it was. Yeah.
Yep. I bet you're right.
Mr. Block.
That's a good call on that one. But yeah, I'm curious to see who else ends up playing. But anyways, yeah, good event. Great atmosphere. It was fun. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, share with your friends. See you next week.
Peace.